My name is Banu,
I'm Dana.
and we will be doing a little language workshop for Turkish and Arabic. I hope you're excited. I know we are. So let's get started. So for today, after our presentation, we want you to be able to locate where Turkey and Jordan is on the map, and just know some basic facts about our countries, and also learn some readings and introductions in Turkish and Arabic. So we're gonna start with a little icebreaker. I will read out some statements, and I want you to stand up if you know any of the answers that I asked, or if you agree with that. So who here can speak more than one language? A language besides English? Is anyone speaking Spanish? Or yeah, I see someone standing up. That's great. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, next question. Who here can locate Turkey on the map? Yay, I see someone. Okay, and then lastly, who knows in which continent Jordan is? Yep, I saw a couple of people. Amazing. So we're gonna talk about Turkey and Jordan and our languages a little bit. So let's start with Turkey. First about me, like I said, my name is Banu and I grew up in Istanbul, Turkey, which is the largest city of Turkey. I'm majoring in sociology and global studies at UNC, and I love languages and traveling, which is why I'm really excited to do a language workshop today. So for those of you who don't know where Turkey is right on the map, right between Europe and Asia, and it's quite far from the United States. It's like a 10-hour flight. And Istanbul is right at the intersection of Europe and Asia. I will show it in a closer map. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. So some basic facts. Like I said, Turkey is at the intersection of European and Asian continents. This here, you can see our Turkish flag, which is a crescent and a star on a red surface. Our capital city is called Ankara, and our largest city is Istanbul. So Turkey has housed many civilizations in history. Istanbul was first owned by the Romans, and then it was owned by the Byzantine Empire, and then the Ottoman, and now it's the Turkish Republic. So it has a very rich history, and if you go there, there are a lot of historical sites, a lot of touristic places. It's an amazing, beautiful city. And Turkish cuisine is very rich. If you can find it, definitely try out Turkish food. Okay, so this is a closer map of Turkey. As you can see with the star, Ankara is the capital. It's right in the middle. And then Istanbul is at the upper left. And you can see how the European and the Asian side is connected with Bosphorus, which is pretty cool because you can cross from one continent to another in 15 minutes. Okay, and I just put some images from Istanbul. The one on the left is Bosphorus. One side is the European continent, and the other side is the Asian continent. And on the right, you have the Galata Tower, and at the bottom, it's a ferry crossing from one continent to another. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Jordan now. So a little bit about me. My name is Dana. I grew up in Eden, North Carolina. I'm ethnically Palestinian. My family from my mom's side currently resides in Jordan. My dad's family is still in Palestine. I'm majoring in psychology at UNC, and I love meeting new people, and there's no better way to do that than to know a second language. So Jordan on a map is that little tiny place where that arrow is, and it's surrounded by Africa, Europe, and the Asian continents. And I'll show a closer picture later. So some basic facts. Jordan is formally known as the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, and it is not a democracy, so we don't vote for our president. We have a monarchy.
Okay.
It is currently ruled by King Abdullah II, and he's been ruling since 1999. Jordan is home to many biblical sites. For instance, Mount Nebo, which was said to be where Moses climbed the mountain to see the Promised Land, and Bethany of Jordan, which was said to be where Jesus was baptized. And Jordan is really ancient. Some of the tourist locations are actually really old. There's Petra, Wadi Rum, and the Dead Sea. Petra is known as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is several houses carved in sandstone and known to be a nomadic site for the Nabateans. Wadi Rum is a desert. Jordan is mainly desert. It's probably impossible to find a tree there. Dead Sea is one of the saltiest waters in the world. Even if you don't know how to swim, you'll just float. Amman is currently the capital and most populous city, and it's also the most modern in Jordan. Okay, so here's a closer view of Jordan. It is surrounded by Israel, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. Amman is right where the arrow is. My family lives in Azedka, which is right next to Amman. Okay, so the very first picture is Jarash, which is an old Roman city. Due to the conquest from Muslims and Persians, it was abandoned. It was abandoned in the 9th century, and rediscovered in the 19th century, buried in sand, and now is currently preserved. It is home to many ancient churches from the Roman period. Next to it is Amman, which, like I said, is the most modern city, full of malls and restaurants like we have in America. At the bottom left is Petra, and like I said, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, carved in sandstone, and also where oh my gosh, what's that movie called? The Indiana Jones was scenes from Indiana Jones was shot there.
Star Wars too.
Maybe Star Wars.
I
don't know anything about Star Wars. And the Nabateans actually built the first irrigation system in Petra. Next to it is a desert, Wadi Rum, and most people, actually tourists, go there to ride camels. Always fun. And the last picture is the Roman theater. It seats 6,000 people, again from the Roman period.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about our languages. We'll start with Turkish and then move on to Arabic. So here is the Turkish alphabet, and I'll just give some facts. Turkish has 75 million native speakers. Most of them are resided in Turkey. It has 29 letters, and 8 of them are vowels. I will really fast walk through the alphabet so you can understand how the sounds are pronounced. Okay, here goes. A, B, J, Ch. Ch is CH in English. D, D, E, F, G. This is soft G, which is a sound like G. H, I, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, Ö, P, R, S, Ş. This is CH, SH. Ş, T, U, Ü, ve, ye, ze. So, I mean, the sounds are pretty similar except for a couple different ones, such as che, which is ch, and then the soft g, and then which is I without the dot, and then and u, and she, which is sh. So yeah, we're gonna learn some phrases in Turkish. So I will read out the Turkish ones, and if you can, I encourage you to repeat it. So I will read out the expression and then wait a couple seconds for you to repeat it in class. So hello is merhaba. Now you can repeat it. Merhaba. Okay, moving on. How are you is nasılsın? 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 Okay, you can repeat it. Okay, goodbye. It's a hard word, but I'm going to ask you to repeat it at the end of the presentation, so pay attention. So you say goodbye in Turkish by saying görüşürüz. Görüşürüz. And then it's more like see you later, actually. So that's what it translates to directly. And then thank you is teşekkürler. Teşekkürler. You can repeat it if you want. I know it's a lot of different words. And sorry is özür dilerim. Özür dilerim. Okay, and lastly, you're welcome is rica ederim. Rica ederim. I know these are a lot of words. Just try to learn maybe how to say hello and goodbye, and maybe thank you, which is, I'm going to repeat it again. Hello is merhaba. Goodbye is görüşürüz. And then thank you is teşekkürler. Okay, I hope this wasn't too confusing. Okay. Okay, and then I will just do some introductions just to say like what your name is and how to ask someone's name. And then we're going to demonstrate one with Dana. She doesn't know any Turkish either, so it's going to be fun. So my name is Banu, translates to benim, which means my, adım, which means name, and Banu. So benim adım Banu. And then I ask, what is your name? Which is senin adın ne? Senin means your, adın means name, and then ne means what. So what is your name? Senin adın ne? You can repeat it if you want. And then nice to meet you is memnun oldum. It means like I'm pleased to meet you. So memnun oldum. And nice to meet you too. Ben de memnun oldum. Okay. So we're gonna do a dialogue with Dana. Yay, okay. Okay, I'm gonna start by saying hello. Merhaba.
Merhaba, senin adın ne?
Benim adım Banu. Senin adın ne?
Benim adım Dana.
Memnun oldum.
Benim memnun oldum.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. If you guys want, I can wait a couple seconds for you to try it out with your own neighbors. Who wants to try? Okay. You can give me a thumbs up when you're done. Okay. Okay, let's move on then. I think like I want you to like know how to say hello, goodbye, thank you, and then just this dialogue. And I just included the numbers in case anyone is curious. Numbers is sayılar in Turkish, and I will just read out the first 10 numbers in Turkish. And you can repeat it after me if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so these are the numbers. I think that's about it for Turkish. And then now we're going to move on to Arabic.
Okay, so the Arabic language is a Semitic language. It's read from right to left. It is spoken by 22 countries and over 422 million people. So it might be fun to learn. So I'm going to go through the alphabet. Feel free to repeat after me, or not if you don't want to. Okay, so starting from, again, it starts from the right, goes to the left. So alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, zal, rai, zay, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, tha, ain, ghain, he, kaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun, ha, waw, and ya. Okay, so we're going to go over some greetings in Arabic. So hello is actually marhaba, which is similar to Turkish, but most people greet, like just walking down the street or something, most people say assalamu alaikum, which actually means peace be on you, but it's most commonly used when entering a house. Walking down the street is always used. So it's good to know. Again, hello is marhaba and assalamu alaikum. And then how are you is كيف حالك for a girl, or for females, sorry. And كيف حالك for male, it sounds very similar, but it's a little bit tonal. For females, it's حالك. Sorry, for males, it's حالك, and females, it's حالك. So yeah, sorry. Goodbye is مع السلامة. Again, مع السلامة. And then thank you is shukran. Sorry is asif. And you're welcome is afwan. I'm gonna go over it again. Sorry, I messed up on the second one. Hello is assalamu alaikum or marhaba. How are you is كيف حالك for female. For male is that. كيف حالك is for male. كيف حالك is for female. Goodbye is مع السلامة. Thank you is shukran. Sorry is asif. You're welcome is afwan. Okay, so my name is Isme. And then you just say your name. What is your name is Shu Ismek for male, Shu Ismik for female. Nice to meet you. Most people don't say nice to meet you at the end. But you can use فرصة سعيدة, which means like happy opportunity. And then nice to meet you too. And then أسعد, which means that I'm the happiest. Again, my name is اسمي. What is your name? Is شو اسمك for male and شو اسمك for female. Nice to meet you, فرصة سعيدة. And nice to meet you too. And then أسعد. Okay, numbers. Numbers in Arabic is أرقام. And you can repeat after me. Number 1 is واحد, اثنين, ثلاثة, أربعة, خمسة, ستة, سبعة, ثمانية, تسعة, عشرة. Okay, so example dialogue.
Fun. Okay.
Start.
Okay. مرحبا.
مرحبا, شو اسمك؟
اسمي بانو. شو اسمك أنت؟
اسمي دانا, فرصة سعيدة.
أنا أسعد.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to practice that.
Okay, we're just gonna wait a couple of seconds for you to practice. Okay, so this is all we have for you. We didn't want to give a lot of new words. So as a closing activity, I just want everyone to say, people are leaving, but
We might have the end of class. You can say we still have the Q&A.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna have a Q&A in the end, but before we go to that, we just want everyone to say goodbye in Turkish and in Arabic and like wave at us. Okay, so first in Turkish, I'm gonna repeat it one more time, and then I want you guys to repeat it and like wave at me so that I can understand you're saying. So görüşürüz. Ready? Görüşürüz. You can repeat after me. I know it's a hard word. Görüşürüz. Yay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. In Arabic, goodbye is مع السلامة. And you can repeat after me. مع السلامة. And wave.
Okay. And I just wanted to add something fun. I know I can't even say it, but let's try. I just put a tongue twister here in Turkish and thought it would be really fun if you guys tried to say it. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it. I hope I don't mess up along the way. So this is just a tongue twister, nothing important, just here for fun. Okay. Bir berber bir berbere gel birader beraber bir berber dükkanı açalım demiş. Which means a barber said to another barber, brother, come let's open a barber shop together. So I'm going to read it one more time, and if you guys wanted to have fun, you can definitely try to repeat it. Okay, so bir berber bir berbere gel birader beraber bir berber dükkanı açalım demiş. And no one speaks like that. This is just a tongue twister. Okay. So if you're ready, we can move on to Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, before the Q&A, I just wanted to add that learning languages is so fun, and it's a great opportunity to meet new peoples and get to know other cultures. So I really encourage you all to try to know it, like learn another language, and I think you'll love it. So yeah. Now we can move on to Q&A. Just type any questions you have in the chat and we'll try to answer them in the last 20 minutes. Okay.
You can stop the share.
Mm-hmm.
So it says one of my students is curious about the political system. Why don't they have a president? So I think about Jordan, a little bit more about the government there.
Why don't they have a president?
It's a tough one.
Usually in politics in Jordan and most Middle Eastern countries, they don't allow citizens to have an opinion when it comes to making decisions for the country, and you can see that by the news. So a monarchy, it actually the president, the king became king. It was a ruling family that started in 1921, and you can't really abolish the monarchy over there, so there's not going to be a president. But I don't really know how to answer that.
Yeah, it's political questions are always complicated. So
yeah.
Any other questions?
Also, for how was your transition to America?
So I guess you grew up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, this is my second year in America, I think. Yeah. So I grew up and finished high school in Turkey and then came here. I would say I've been to America before and wasn't really, the normal living standards aren't really that different. I think one transition I went through is right now I live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is a very small town compared to where I grew up, which is a very large city that has 15 million people living in it. So I think one of my biggest transitions is from a big city to a small town in America. And it also takes time to adjust to the language or social habits of people. So I think some social aspects or some lifestyle habits were different, but other than that, the general system wasn't really hard to adjust for me. And I came here for college, so I was already familiar with the education system a little. Of course, there are little differences, and it takes time to adjust, but it wasn't a big transition, I would say, in a lot of ways. Yeah. Okay. You can also add some comments about, there's a question. I'm sorry.
Is food very different in your country?
Okay, so we can take turns to explain.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, that's fine. So Food is different, but also similar. We do have like access to American food and restaurants. Like we do have like a Pizza Hut, Bojangles.
Mm. You don't have
That's-
Bojangles. Yeah, you don't.
No, we have Bojangles. Other than that, that's pretty good. But there are traditional like Arabic foods. It mainly consists of like rice and like something beside it. Like some people eat rice with like okra or rice with
Meat.
yeah, meat or chicken. Usually every meal is like that. It's usually a meat or chicken and rice and then something that goes with the rice.
Okay. For Turkey, I think, okay, so we also partly have some Middle Eastern food because we had a lot of cultural interaction with them over the history. So we have a lot of Middle Eastern foods, but like Turkey's geographical position allows it to have like different cuisines. For example, in like the Western Mediterranean side, we have a lot of like Mediterranean food, which is very similar to Greek food, like yogurt and other like any Greek food that you might know. They're actually also Turkish food, so because they're very near to each other. And then yeah, we have Middle Eastern food. I think the diet is very different in terms of we eat less fast food and more like home cooked meals, or soup is a big deal. But yeah, like Dana said, we also have McDonald's or any other big chains, which is a result of globalization. Like we go eat there as well. But I would say, like, yeah, coming here, one of the biggest changes for me was the food difference because I don't know, just the consumer lifestyle is different here. But one thing very different in Turkey is everyone drinks tea all the time. Like we have Turkish tea for breakfast and then again for after dinner, or like at school during breaks. Like we like instead of going and buying coffee, we usually tend to go for tea. Although we also drink a lot of coffee, and Turkish coffee is also very popular in our daily lives. We consume black tea a lot. Okay, so we can move on to the other question.
Yeah, so for Banu, why did you decide to go to college in the United States?
Yeah. I think I really enjoy learning from different educational models. Until high school, I was in a normal like Turkish school, and then in high school, I went to a German-Turkish double degree program in Istanbul. So it was a transition from the Turkish education system to German education system. And then in college, I wanted to try something else. Thus, I came to here. And a lot of my friends are in college in Turkey. Some of them are in Germany, and I'm here. So I enjoy being exposed to different education systems, and I think they all have their ups and downs. For college here, I really enjoy the liberal arts education I have, because in Turkey, we have to choose our major right after college, right after high school, and we can't change it during college. So like if I decide to become an engineer or a doctor, I go straight into engineering or medical school, and then I can't change it throughout college and have to have that degree. So I think like college in America is more flexible, which is what I wanted to explore a little bit more. Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions you might have?
I think the teacher's typing smart. All of my students are English learners. Do you have any advice for them during their transition, culture, language? So they're all have come to the United States from another country.
Oh.
So any advice you have about coming to a new country or learning new languages?
I think for me, a lot of like to learn English in middle school and in high school, I read a lot of English books. Like I read all the Harry Potters, and I watched a lot of TV shows with English subtitles. That was something I enjoyed already, but during that process, I also learned English. I think like definitely books and films and TV shows help a lot, and I think podcast is another good way to get used to the language. And I guess like reading books or like watching movies, they also help you be acquainted with the culture as well. And also like I guess talking to people, just because that's the best way to get exposed to culture.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. You definitely won't learn unless you kind of step away from your culture and experience other people's.
But having said that, also like embrace your own culture. Being in a different country, you might feel like, oh, everyone is, like everyone speaks English, or like everyone has this culture, but mine is different. Like don't ever think less of your culture. I think embrace your culture and love your culture. Also adjust to this culture. I think if you can combine those two cultures, you will be unique and beautiful in itself. So don't lose any of them.
One said they really enjoyed it. We'll see.
Well, thank you so much for having the time for us. We really enjoyed it as well.
You can ask if there's any other questions.
If there's any other questions, we will be happy to answer. We still have around 10 minutes. Or any other comments you have about like what did you think about our languages? That's what I'm really curious about, because I mean Turkish especially is a very like it's not spoken by a lot of people. So like I think a lot of people would like be interested in like learning Arabic, but like Turkish you wouldn't really need to learn unless you wanted to go live there or like someone. So I think like you've been exposed to a very like like small language in that way, and I'm really curious to know what you guys think about it. And in Arabic, I think the pronunciations are really different, and I love like the sounds are so different. I love how you make it. So yeah, just feel free to comment or ask any questions.
Do they speak English in Turkey or learn English?
We don't speak English in Turkey, but we learn English in schools. So like the majority of people speak Turkish. It's the official language and like it's the daily language we speak. We are taught English throughout like elementary school all the way to college. I would say, I mean, we have a very grammar heavy English education, which ends up, I guess a lot of people have a English basis, but if they like they don't really get to practice, or they don't really have people to talk to, or they don't really write essays or anything. So it's a very mostly grammar heavy education if they haven't tried to improve themselves besides the school's education. Having said that, there are some schools that really emphasize English education or any other language education, and have a more language-heavy curriculum, excuse me. And in those schools, I think the education for English is better.
Is it difficult to learn English? Or Dana, was it difficult for you to learn two languages growing up for either of you? Yeah.
Okay, for me, learning English was not difficult because I did grow up here. So I essentially learned English with Arabic. I did start off with Arabic, but being so young, like English was effortless. So it'd be just like how everyone here learned English.
For me, I think I just enjoy learning languages. So it was it was never, I mean, I always enjoyed like learning English or any other language that I tried to learn. So it was an enjoyable process, but it was also like in some parts it is still difficult. Like I'm still learning some things. There are times where I just don't remember a word and like I get stuck or like, I don't know. I mean, it's a process, and since I didn't grow up here for the last 19 years of my life, it's really it's a learning process. Um, like I said, I mean, since I enjoy learning languages, it is always fun and I love the challenge, but it's also sometimes difficult. So
She says, my students are surprised you've only been here 2 years, Banu.
thank you.
Yeah, any final questions? You guys have any? So I have 2 students from Jordan here. Another student asked me about hijab. Do you wear it or when?
I do not, and I don't want to. You are technically supposed to wear it. My mom used to. She didn't after 9/11. But no, I don't wear it. I do wear it when I pray. I do pray 5 times a day, so at least that. But I don't wear it, no.
So I think for those of you who are not familiar with the hijab concept, it's I guess like I mean, some Muslim women wear hijab, some Muslim women don't wear hijab. It's, I mean, some countries have it like as an obligation, but it's also like really important to emphasize that it's a personal choice in the end. If a woman chooses to wear it for their religion, they can. If they don't want to wear it, it's also fine for them. So I mean, it's like their own personal choice and responsibility in that. But yeah.
All right, so I think we can wrap up.
Well, thank you so much for listening to us. I really enjoyed our presentation, and I hope you guys learned something today. And I encourage you to explore different languages, travel if you can, be open to new cultures, and embrace your own.
So thank you, everyone. Over yours. So we're going to stop our video temporarily, and then we'll be right back in 5 minutes for the next presentation. So we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye.
Görüşürüz.